Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today at the North Wilmington Station. On behalf of the MBTA, I want to express our deep appreciation to the many partners who made this project possible. Lots of people have to work together to make something like this come to fruition. I want to recognize the efforts, first off, the Healy-Driscoll administration and the entire state legislature for all their ongoing support. Senator Feingold, who's here with us today. Also with us today is Representative David Robertson, Town Manager Slagle, Select Board Chair Frank West, and the entire North Wilmington community and the dedicated advocates that make that up. Our MBTA Board of Directors, and especially our workforce. In particular, I do want to recognize the efforts of Laura Brelsford and the System-Wide Accessibility Team, and also Michael Muller, who's here with us today, and the entire Railroad Operations team for bringing this project together. The project team, Anthony DeDominicus, and project manager Daniel Mirren. Of course, our operating partner, Keolis, plays a key role in delivering the station here this morning. So there's a story behind North Wilmington. And prior to being Chief Operating Officer here at the MBTA, I was Chief Railroad Officer. And I had the opportunity to work very closely with, at the time, Chief Mike Bragonis, who's now retired, along with other Wilmington town officials and first responders. And together we had to face a problem. And the problem was well known to the community, with trains stopping at the old North Wilmington station and blocking Route 62. For first responders, we know every second counts when you're responding to an emergency, and that situation was simply unacceptable. We had to roll up our sleeves and look for immediate fixes as well as long-term solutions. And that partnership is what led us to this new station that we see here today. The station was moved a few hundred feet this direction where we stand, so that when trains do arrive at the station, they no longer block one of the busiest roads in Wilmington, Route 62. It's a change that directly improves both public safety, passenger amenity, and demonstrates what's possible when the MBTA and the community work together. The benefits go further than that, though, because this station is now fully accessible and ADA compliant, which opens up commuter rail to everyone in the community. It offers riders a better experience, better overall experience with safer platforms, improved communication systems, and amenities designed to make every trip more reliable and comfortable. The new North Wilmington station also demonstrates the MBTA's commitment to innovation and sustainability. We were able to build this by repurposing concrete from the former I-93 project, the Big Dig, all of the temporary elevated highway structures. Well, that's what you're looking at. Now, we've obviously dressed it up and made it appropriate for the application, but we wanted to minimize cost, reduce waste, and extend the useful life of these materials, and we're able to do just that. We've done this at other platforms across the commuter rail system with tremendous success, and that underscores the MBTA's commitment to sustainability and focus on environmentally responsible construction. We'll always do as much as we can with any investment that's put in our charge, whether it's an old highway bridge or a train station. We can marry the two together and be very successful. Above all, this project shows the power of partnership. When the MBTA and the community come together to solve problems, we can deliver safer, more accessible, and more sustainable stations that meet the needs of our riders and the community. Thank you for your patience, support, and advocacy. We are truly grateful to share this station with you today and look forward to serving North Wilmington for years to come. And now, to share more about the enhancements that make this station more comfortable and accessible for our riders, I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Muller, who's our Executive Director of Commuter Rail. Michael.
Thank you, Ryan. As Ryan just described, this station was designed first and foremost with safety in mind. However, we also wanted to ensure it delivered a comfortable and accessible experience for every rider who comes through here. This station makes commuter rail service fully accessible, ensuring that public transit is available to everyone in the community. The new platform allows level boarding for all passengers, including people who use wheelchairs, parents with strollers, and anyone who benefits from direct train service. The canopy offers shelter in all kinds of weather. The upgraded lighting improves both visibility and safety. The new communication system provides clear, audible announcements and digital information displays. We are also intentional about making the station easier to reach. The new entrance and parking area on Middlesex Avenue provide riders with better access, while the site itself is designed with a proper drainage to ensure year-round reliability, when the old station may have seen the effects of flooding. Though trains have already been serving the station since June 30th of this year, today we officially celebrate its opening. These improvements reflect our commitment to providing riders not just a safer trip, but a better overall experience. And together, with the town of Wilmington and our partners here today, we're proud to mark this occasion. It's now my honor to welcome State Senator Barry Feingold.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Michael. Happy Friday. Great to see everyone. Great day. We're joined by our good Sheriff, Peter Katusians is here. Thank you for being here. Tough night for the Sox last night, but as they say, wait till next year, right? I want to thank Secretary Monica Tibbet-Nuts and General Manager Phil Eng, and really everybody that's involved with the T. I've been around for a while, and I don't think there's been a year that there's been so much improvement, so much progress. I think these guys at T are doing an amazing job, and I really want to give them a round of applause for their effort they're doing and for great stations like this. I have the privilege of chairing the Economic Development Committee in the State Senate, and two of the things I hear the most about is housing and transportation. Well, this is great. This is brand new transportation, and I look over here, there's housing. Can't get any better than this. This is what we need to keep our state moving forward. We need to get people on trains, reduce traffic, and we need housing to help people afford to stay in our Commonwealth. These are vital things, and I once again want to thank everybody for stepping up. Other thing is, thank you for making Wilmington safer. Obviously, there's been some tough things that have happened. This is an absolute thing that will make our community safer and is a great thing. Finally, since we have such momentum going with new train stations, let's keep it going. Let's do a couple more up north. People don't know what I mean. Up in the Haverhill line, let's keep this thing going, because what we really need is we need more trains, more rapid trains. We need to get people in and out of the city quicker, and things like today, things like what we hope to do in the future is the way to go. So thank everybody from the town, from the state. This is just a great day, and I just really want to thank everybody for stepping up and doing a great job here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Senator. And now I'd like to welcome up Representative David Robertson.
Sorry, Mr. Manager. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be joined here this early in the morning with a crowd of people that's excited about public transit development as I am. It's a pretty rare thing overall, but I just wanted to say thank you, and I'll keep my remarks short and sweet. This was one of the first infrastructure projects the town of Wilmington asked me to work on when I was first elected. That was just before COVID, and I remember sitting down with the select board, and at the time it was Mr. Kyra they had chosen, and we naively said, well, we should get this done in the next 18 to 24 months. Well, COVID and federal court rulings and such kind of set that back a little bit, and I learned a very important lesson about making statements on government timetables, but doesn't matter. We're here on this beautiful morning. As the senator said, we have solved an issue with the trains parking in the middle of Route 62. As our previous town manager said, it looked like something that would be out of a Wild West movie. So I'm very happy today and thankful to the T, the state and local colleagues, the first responders. They advocated for it, helped light a fire under you-know-where to get us moving and this problem fixed. And, well, it makes me proud today to stand in something that used to be a community problem, but now is a community destination for everyone that lived here. So I look forward to improving transit here and trying to do something about that damn traffic on 93. But today I think we had a great first step. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Representative. Now I'd like to welcome up Wilmington Town Manager Eric Slagle.
Thanks, everybody. I want to let everyone know how excited I am to be here for the opening of the station. This is a yet another example of a fantastic partnership between the state and the town. We are looking forward to more great partnerships with the T, but also with the help of our state representatives with other projects that we're moving forward here in North Wilmington. We're going to have a North Wilmington fire substation that's going to be opening right up the street. We just had a very exciting a project with a brand new pre-K through 5 elementary school with the help of the MSBA that's going to be in North Wilmington again, right up Salem Street, and I think that shows the commitment of the town, but also of our partners in our delegation and in the state to helping us move forward with things like transit-oriented development and town infrastructure and important projects that our residents will see benefits from for decades to come. Again, I want to thank all the folks at the T for pushing through this project. I know it wasn't easy. And at the end of the day, I think this is an incredibly important project for the safety of the residents of Wilmington and for the region as a whole. This is going to provide necessary transit into Boston. It allows for exciting new development here in North Wilmington, the kind of transit-oriented development that Princeton Properties, I'd like to thank Andrew Shaven for being here, for Princeton Properties, is doing right adjacent to this train station, and I think it shows that when we work together as a team, there's not anything that we can't accomplish. So I want to thank all of our stakeholders and partners in this, and roll cats. Thanks.
Our next speaker, please welcome Select Board Chair Frank West.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'll keep it brief also. Speaking here on behalf of the Board of Selectmen, Select Board, I see Gary DePalmer, one of our other Select Board members in attendance, Kevin Kyra, Jake Gerwar, and Lil Maselli couldn't make it, but I know they send their appreciation and commemoration of this great event as well. Also like to recognize Assistant Town Manager Judy O'Connell and Police Chief Brian Pupa. Thank everybody for coming to our state delegation, everyone else that's here. Growing up in Wilmington, I remember at the corner up there, they used to have the little old train depot with the big sign that said Larsville, named after Lars Nielsen. That building was the town crier building. And again, people would, Wilmington back then, it was a lot easier to travel around, but now safety is a major concern, and I think it's fantastic that we have the train off of the street. That's phenomenal. That'll help, like you said, first responders and anybody else. It's just a phenomenal event. So again, on behalf of the town of Wilmington, the Board of Select Board, I'd like to thank everybody involved, both the state officials, Keolis, its T officials, local officials, anyone involved. Thank you very much. Take care.
Now I'd like to invite up from Keolis Commuter Services the Vice President of Service Delivery, Mr. Dave Walker.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Senator Feingold, Representative Robertson, Town Manager Slade, and Board Chair West, and Mike and Ryan from the MBTA, of course. We're clearly very excited to partner with our colleagues at the MBTA to see the transformation of North Wilmington Station. We're very proud to partner on delivering these updated amenities and, of course, this now fully accessible station. And we're also very pleased that our crews contributed to this effort and helped with the reuse of the 140-foot new platform. So again, just to add, thank you everybody. Thank you to all our crews for delivering this project, and we're very pleased to be here today. Thank you.
All right, so actually it was mentioned that our Board of Directors, Director Peter Katusian, is joined us this morning. Director Katusian, did you want to say a few words? No? Okay. Well, absolutely. I knew it.
It's great to be here in Wilmington and Middlesex County. I really don't feel the need to say anything at events like these, but I do want to say thank you to the leadership of the MBTA. And thank you to Governor Healy for appointing and then resourcing the leadership of the MBTA. Without that leadership and without those resources, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And in speaking with Ryan recently, this came from conversations he had with then Chief Mike Bagonis, who was a mentor chief when I first became sheriff, about the idea that the train would block that intersection, and during certain public safety emergencies, that could cause trouble in responses and the safety of the community. And when he spoke with Ryan, I remember being told that they thought it was going to be a 10-year plan. And here we are 7 years later, Ryan. This doesn't happen by luck. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you have great leadership that has invested in the MBTA. I've been a board member now for just a few months. And I'd like to think that I was the one that turned this whole thing around. But it started a long time before, but I get to be here to see some of the fruits of the investment in the infrastructure, of the investment in the staffing, and the investment in our communities, and the investment in the leadership of the MBTA. You know, Phil Eng is a great leader, but there's also another great leader that's always by his side, to whom he goes for advice and counsel all the time, and that's Ryan. Ryan at his every event. He speaks at many events. But what you won't see oftentimes in moments like this is when there's a problem with one of the rails or one of the ferries or one of the subways. What you won't see is Ryan out at the scene, hustling people out of cars, getting them onto elevators, escalators, or stairways, getting them onto that next shuttle, making sure that they are safe and they know where to go. This is a very important man, very high in leadership, but he's still a train guy, and he never hesitates to get down there, on the water, underground, on land, roll up his sleeves, and make sure that he's doing his job, not sitting on his laurels. So that's the type of leadership we have, both in Phil Eng and in Ryan, and quite honestly, again, in Governor Healy for the investment of resources, because without those resources, MBTA would not be able to build this infrastructure. They would not have the staffing to run their rails, trains, and ferries on time. And you should also note, it's been said before, I was just at a breakfast with the general manager this morning, and it was said by others, no slow zones in the MBTA right now. No slow zones. That was 40 years of work that this administration did in a year and a half. Investment, but time, it was organization, it was leadership that they undertook and made some difficult decisions during that period of time to eliminate all slow zones through this entire system. That's a remarkable achievement. And then in closing, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little fired up here, Ryan. In closing, one other thing I did want to say. We were just at this big conference. I'm new to transportation. What's the name of the APTA? What is it?
APTA.
Yeah, what is it?
The American Public Transportation Association.
Yeah, so it was a big conference. It was held in Boston. And I am telling you, we don't have a big crowd here. I wish it was a bigger crowd. Watching at every presentation, including the large plenary presentations, the ones where you get in the big room with thousands of people that are attending that conference, and the talk of the entire conference was the MBTA. What we have accomplished here in Massachusetts with our MBTA. They were speaking about the slow zones, they were speaking about the staff, they were speaking about the leadership. And it is something that we are very proud of here in Boston, but please don't think that it's something that we're just doing here. It's being noticed nationally as to how this is being accomplished and the leadership that is doing it. So I want to say again, thank you to Governor Healy, General Manager Eng, Ryan as well, and my colleagues in back of me, David and Barry and other elected officials here for doing everything they can do. And for Mike Bagonis for coming forward with the idea and then staying with Ryan on the idea for years and being here long after you've retired. So great to see you, Mike, too. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you very much. So I think without further ado, I think we've reached the point where, for the reason we all came, and that's to open this station officially. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.